Welcome to Tom Time, episode 11. Today, I'm talking about the two mega blockers that are holding back systemic AI implementation: bureaucracy and complacency. We all love talking about AI on panels, at conferences, in white papers. We are LinkedIn posts full of optimism and buzzwords. But if you have ever worked inside a government agency or a large, hierarchically organized enterprise, you know that reality looks very different. There are two forces that invisibly but effectively are blocking large scale real AI implementation progress. Number one, bureaucracy, and number two, complacency. Let's start with bureaucracy. Today's enterprises and governments are built upon decades of layered processes, approvals on top of approvals, comprehensive documentation, consensus driven decision making, and complex, racy frameworks. These systems were built in the 70s and in the 80s, cemented in the 90s, and semi digitalized in the 2000s with the introduction of the internet, and now, 20 years later, duct taped into the AI era. These systems were never designed for speed, efficiency, rapid decision making, and smart data utilization. They have worked, however, and have served their stakeholders for many, many years, even until now. Why is that the case? Because they are built for quality, for control, and for human interaction. This is where we have been building our comfort zones around. Now expose that bubble to artificial intelligence. AI does not wait. AI does not schedule meetings, or it travels across continents for in-person meetings. AI does not circulate PowerPoints for feedback loops, nor does it build compromises with stakeholders. AI executes fast, technical, data-driven. And suddenly, the gap between how we professionals work in 2026 and what is possible with the effective deployment of AI becomes painfully obvious and challenging. With AI, there is no need for many layers of management. AI builds measurable key performance indicators, KPIs, that never existed before. AI also takes decisions in milliseconds. It creates a huge wall to overcome. And we are still years away from smart routes to do so, in my view. Second, there is bureaucracy's sibling, complacency. We all love comfort. We all love what we know and do well. We have built our entire careers around repetition and years of similar experience. Many of us love traveling and meeting colleagues all over the world. And we still spend hours and hours in meetings and conference calls. We are used to extensive debating and aligning with colleagues, stakeholders, adversaries. And let's not get started with the usual email craziness. For decades, this was our work, and it still is. If AI strips that away, I wonder what's left. Do you now start seeing how much of our professional lives are built on old world habits? And that's where things get uncomfortable these days. Let me make this concrete and focus on one pillar of our economies that is especially challenged with efficiencies generated via artificial intelligence. In Germany alone, 5.4 million people are working in public services and the government. Now, introduce AI-driven workflows, and you can conservatively look at 20 to 30% efficiency gains. Let that sink in. That is around 1 million roles in public services being impacted in their current form in Germany alone. Now, zoom out to the European Union. Rough estimates suggest around 35 million people work in the public sector and the administration across the European Union. Now apply the same 20% conservative efficiency gain logic. That's 7 million roles impacted. It's not theoretical. It's not abstract. It's real people, real systems, real consequences. And here's the dilemma. Leaders in charge do see this. They understand the implications of systemic AI implementation. The moment they deploy AI at scale, they are not just optimizing workflows. They are ripping apart existing networks and bonds. They are triggering workforce displacement, union negotiations, political resistance, in a worst case, organizational instability. And suddenly, AI and innovation built upon AI becomes a human problem and is not a technological challenge. Now, add yet another layer. AI doesn't just make processes faster, it also makes them simpler. And if processes become simpler, you have fewer rules. If you have fewer rules, you need less regulation. And if you need less regulation, you do not need a lot of people creating it in the first place and enforcing it later down the road. This is where the system starts folding in on itself. So what do leaders do? Naturally, in my view, well, they hesitate, they delegate, they observe, they wait at the sidelines and talk about pilot programs and experimentation. This is, and I am provocative here, the fur coat that keeps them, us, warm and protected. The moment an organization or administration is moving towards strategically implementing AI, it feels like jiggling 10 raw eggs while walking on burning coal. Nobody wants to be in that role right now with all the other turmoil going on. Of course, a lot of people offer solutions. For example, you just need to upskill your workforce. You need to transition people into new roles. This leads to less stress and better work-life balance. I do get that. But let's be honest, AI is not just replacing tasks. It is replacing entire categories of work and entire sets of job families. So the reskilling narrative, while it is important and calming for the moment, it is not really compelling. Some propose an AI tax to partially collect and redistribute productivity gains, leading to a basic income for everyone. Now, I am actually a fan of that. However, that triggers another tectonic shift. No government, even the most innovative ones I know of, have dared to pursue yet. And why is that so? Because it requires something many political systems lack these days: a deep understanding of AI impact on the entire workforce, a deep understanding of business case implications while AI is being deployed and thereafter. The political courage is also missing to connect the two. So here we are, puzzled, standing in front of a colossal opportunity and also a colossal dilemma. Right now, I do not see a clear bridge between the two in sight. So, of course, the question comes up, what shall we do? And here is my call to action. We should stop treating AI as a technology transformation. We should not ignore technology, but we should start treating it as a human workplace transformation. And we should give it time. In my view, minimum of 3 years, up to 5 or more years. Not focused only on AI tools, not focused on AI agents, generally focused on people with plans that prioritize stress reduction, human-centric workflows, skill evolution, voluntary transitions and potential workforce exits, and dignity in change. Because if we do not design and manage this transition smartly, it will be messy, reactive, and very painful. If we do it right, however, we will systemically reduce bureaucracy. We'll break into existing organizational complacency with bold and humble leaders at the top. We will unlock a system that works for us humans and is not just optimized on commercial return of investment. So in essence, the question to me is not how fast can we deploy AI? The question is, how do we redesign our current systems so humans, us, benefit from AI without suffering unwanted losses and casualties in large dimensions? That's now our work and our challenge. We at Transforming.legal are good at that, and we invite you to give it a try and work with us as your trusted partners. Together, we will experience difference. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching Tom Time episode 11. I hope you found it interesting. I really value your interest and your loyalty. Looking forward to seeing you again next Monday. Until then, bye-bye and take care.